If you're involved in a motorcycle accident, it's important that you or a loved one exercise some critical steps to ensure that your legal rights are protected. My guest today is Los Angeles personal injury attorney Peter Steinberg of Steinberg and Spencer, and he's going to tell us what those 3 critical steps are. So Peter, thanks for being with us today.
Well, you're welcome, Cindy. It's always a pleasure to be with you.
Well, Peter, why don't you start off by telling us what you consider to be the 3 critical steps that should be taken following a California motorcycle accident?
Well, from my perspective, and I've handled motorcycle accidents for literally probably 3 decades, the most important thing is to make sure that you're okay. Motorcycle accidents can be extremely serious. You might be knocked off your motorcycle and just feel like you're bruised, but within 5, 10, 15 minutes, some serious pain can set in. And I would say number 1 priority is make sure that you are okay. It's probably a good idea to sit down or lie down and let some people take care of you and not think that you can walk around and do a whole slew of things. I'd say the second thing to do is to make sure that you have, if you are able to move at all, get some names, addresses, and telephone numbers of witnesses. So that would be very important. And lastly, if you're able to move around, get some photographs of the position of the vehicle that struck you as well as your motorcycle.
Okay. Now, when you say get pictures of the scene, tell me a little more about what you mean by that. How important is it to have pictures of the scene?
Well, photographs of the vehicles are extremely important. You may have a car that has crossed over the center line, and has stopped right where it hit you. That type of thing. So that would be important, and where your motorcycle comes to rest would be important. And if you can get some pictures of the actual accident site, that would be helpful too. I mean, the site likely is not going to change, but it will set the stage for the background for the position of typically the automobile and the motorcycle.
Okay, Peter, let me ask you this. If someone's involved in a motorcycle accident and there's minimal damage or injury, is it still important to call the police, or is that not important?
Well, actually, Cindy, it's critically important because very, very, very frequently, whether it's an automobile and particularly when it's a motorcycle accident, injuries may seem minor at first, but by moments, hours, or days later, you can be in a lot of pain. You could be actually unable to move. So it's extremely important to contact the police and have a report made.
Okay, and how do you get that report, Peter? Do you go to the police station to get that, or do they give it to you at the scene of the accident?
Well, they never give you a report at the scene. My recommendation is that you contact an experienced motorcycle attorney, and the lawyer knows how to get the police report. Typically, it's a function of writing to the particular police department and paying a fee. And I've seen these fees range from $3 to $24. Most of the time, the police departments will give you a little card here in California, about a 3x5 card, and it'll give you a report number and an address, and you can do it yourself, but the prospect of handling your own motorcycle is daunting to me. I would not recommend it to anybody. Insurance companies just don't like to pay out on any claims, and particularly motorcycle claims, which can be very sizable. So don't get it yourself. Let a good motorcycle accident attorney get it for you.
Well, that makes sense. And Peter, as you said, you handle a lot of these claims. So if someone has specific questions, how can they reach you?
Well, we can be reached in one of a couple of ways. Our toll-free number is 1-800-350-8888. Again, that's 1-800-350-8888. Or our website is steinbergspencer.com.
Very good. Well, Peter, thank you for your time today.
Oh, Cindy, great to talk to you as always.
This is Cindy Speaker for Main Street Law.